Buckeyes offense don't look so potent when they play solid teams. You find that very concerning. I get that. Yeah, that's a little concerning for sure. Not super potent. Again, you don't have to go out there and score 40 points a game. Absolutely. But, 33-24 over Penn State, 26-17 over Nebraska. I made this a point last week during the Penn State game. The fact that, a close game like that, it was expected to be close, but at the very least, Ohio State came away with the big plays and had multiple big plays on offense and defense to get the win there. Today, you didn't really see a lot of that. OSU didn't really have a lot of those big game plays that you would expect the team to see where they were able to come away with the win like that. It was just sloppy. And Nebraska had every opportunity in the second half to take the lead in that game, for sure. The red zone offense is not good at all. Absolutely. They had one red zone touchdown today, but outside of that, they're just getting a lot of field goals. Got to be more efficient in the red zone. Might not hurt in the rankings, but it hurts in my mind as I don't know how to rate these guys. They look good against the Little Sisters of the Poor, but look like average to bad against anything else. Yeah, I mean, and if that's something that you care about personally, Troy, then absolutely. If it hurts your mind, you want to know how to rate them compared to the rest of the country for sure. Absolutely, I get that. Yeah, no, the offense was gaining plenty of yards, but not efficient enough in the red zone. Weren't capitalizing on those red zone plays. And at the same time, they just gave away so many penalties in that third quarter. They had a really good drive going, and they were pulled back by 3 penalties. I think 2 holding penalties. Do we drop in the rankings? I don't think so. I don't think OSU drops in the rankings. And my reasoning behind that would be basically because of the fact, let me just pull up the rankings here. The fact that Cincinnati is below OSU, to me, is already a signal that the College Football Playoff Committee is not really considering Cincinnati unless other teams lose. So I don't see Cincinnati hopping over OSU at all. So that's part of the reason why I don't think OSU drops. I think only OSU would basically be lucky in potentially moving up a spot if, let's say, Michigan State lost or Alabama lost today to LSU. So OSU would still beat Bama. Yeah, I don't know. Tough to predict that. They've played 3 competent defenses this year and seem to look very human against all 3. Yeah, Ryan, that's true. They looked human against those 3 defenses for sure. Oregon, Penn State, Nebraska all put up good performances against the Buckeyes. Absolutely. Yeah, they 9-point win. The fact that OSU was able to pull away with the win is important. I think when you look at the way that they won this game, they had really good defense in the first half, except for that one play drive that Nebraska scored. Nebraska you kind of see Nebraska as not being the great football team they are. Now they're 3-7. They were given opportunities to potentially win this game and take the lead, and then they didn't capitalize on those. And OSU gave them those chances of the turnovers. So, yeah, red zone wasn't good enough. What's up, Donovan? How you doing, buddy? Winning ugly. I hope we don't fall too hard in the playoff rankings. They don't honor teams that can't match the point spread. I don't think OSU falls. I mean, who the hell knows? If Oklahoma's 10-0 by the end of this week and the committee's just like, okay, Oklahoma's go back to number 5. OSU, you're going to be 9th. I mean, if it's something random like that, then maybe, but I just don't see that happening. UNC just scored again. Yeah, what's happening in that game? Wow. North Carolina, Wake Forest, 51-48 North Carolina. What a game that is. Minute 22 to go. UNC shutting out Wake Forest in the fourth quarter, 17-0. Wake Forest and could have their season basically blow up in their face here. Like to see Stroud put together a complete game against a decent team. Yeah. I think Stroud was fine. It would be nicer to see him be a little more decisive in those big moments on those third downs. Again, like we've been talking about all season. Run the ball. Sometimes you get to run the ball. The other thing that CJ Stroud never does consistently is in those moments where he's under pressure, doesn't have an open man, and is just like, throw the ball out of bounds. I am not going to lob this ball out of bounds. I'm going to throw it as hard as I can out of bounds so nobody has a chance to catch it. He doesn't do that. There were a lot of moments. Oh, North Carolina, 58-48. There's a lot of moments where CJ Stroud is under that pressure, doesn't have an open man, and he's either trying to still extend the play or he just throws a dink pass that's almost intercepted. CJ Stroud almost threw 3 picks on one drive, and then he ended up throwing a pick. Yeah, give Noah Ruggles the game ball, build him a statue. So, yeah, CJ Stroud's decision-making certainly needs some work. Cincinnati has a win against the top 10 team. We haven't beaten anybody that's currently ranked. Yes, that's correct. That's true. That's a good point, Florida Buckeyes. That might be something to sway Cincinnati getting into that 5th spot. But again, I think the fact that I'm annoyed that Cincinnati is not ranked higher. I think it's annoying that they're not ranked above, Oregon at least, you'd think, because they're undefeated and you'd think Cincinnati's a better football team. But I think the committee showed their cards early and is like, Cincy, you have to earn it. And you also need teams to lose in order to make the playoff. Yeah, Nebraska's a decent team. They're not a terrible team. They didn't take advantage of the situations to try and win the game. They're not a bad football team at all. Absolutely.